The night I unlocked Grandma's cottage, the orchard behind it seemed alive. Apple trees hunched in the mist like crooked giants. Every breeze brought a copper tang, as if the fog had teeth. While unpacking, I found a yellowed envelope taped under a drawer. Inside, a map of the yard, and one line in her shaky hand: never cross the third row after sundown. I tried to laugh it off, but close to midnight, moonlight dripped through the trees, and I saw the fog move, curling toward the house. A twig snapped. Against my better sense, I grabbed a torch and stepped into the grass. By the second row the air grew icy. By the third, silence pressed against my ears. Symbols, burned deep into bark, oozed dark sap that smelled of scorched sugar. Somewhere ahead, a steady thrum pulsed, too slow for machinery, too deep for insects. Then I saw it, a wooden door, freestanding between two trunks. Its brass handle gleamed slick as if something had just let go. I twisted it. The orchard vanished. A long corridor stretched ahead, floorboards sagging, wallpaper peeling in damp curls. At the far end, a towering figure waited, apron smeared, hood sewn with one enormous eye. It gestured for me to come closer. I spun, but behind me was only hallway. As I ran, walls bent in impossible angles. Black windows of classroom doors stared back. From inside came the squeal of chalk, then the slow scrape of nails. One door shook violently. Tiny fingers forced through the crack, pale and raw. A staircase plunged downward. I bolted into darkness and burst into a schoolroom. Desks filled the space, each holding a waxy child whose face bore the stitched eye. They turned in perfect unison. The caretaker stood at the teacher's desk, a ring of keys swinging from one hand. The sound was soft, like chains underwater. Every trespasser must join the lesson, it intoned, to voices layered together. The children rose, chairs shrieking across stone. Their mouths opened, chalk dust spilling as they whispered my name. Panic ripped through me. My back hit a door outlined in moonlight. I tore it open and hurled myself through. Cool air knifed my lungs. I stumbled into the orchard as the figure lunged, only to be yanked back by some unseen tether. The door slammed shut and dissolved into mist. At dawn I packed without breakfast. On the table I left the map and, beneath Grandma's warning, scrawled, "Something past the third row still collects pupils." I didn't glance at the trees when I drove off, but in the mirror, the branches swayed, not with the breeze, but as though they were waving me back.